Lueroi's Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver Walkthrough, Part 41. After you've caught the legendary bird Lugia or Ho-Oh, you can finally head out of New Bark Town over towards Tohjo Falls. So, you'll want to have Surf on you, and it's kind of interesting. You go back to the very beginning of the game in order to get to the end of the game. So I'm going to spray some repels, and this will bring you to Route 27. Tohjo Falls is a giant waterfall that you got to cross in order to get towards Victory Road. So make sure you have waterfall on you as well. Now, there's going to be two long routes you got to go through before Victory Road in addition to Tohjo Falls. And oddly enough, we're actually, as this guy's going to tell us, we're not even in Johto anymore. We are now in Kanto, which is where the original games took place. So you actually go over to Kanto to take on the Elite Four, so that's pretty cool. Now, before we actually go into Tohjo Falls, I'm going to surf over here because there's an item we can grab. But yeah, these next couple of routes are full of a bunch of trainers. There's actually no trainers in Victory Road, so this is kind of this game's version of Victory Road. I mean, there's a separate Victory Road, but this is like your big challenge with all the trainers and stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. So make sure you're fully healed and stuff. You're not just going to be waltzing through here onto the Pokemon League. You got a lot of tough challenges coming up. So this right here is Tohjo Falls, and we're going to be heading inside. And this is kind of a mysterious place. I'll talk more about some of the cool stuff in here in a bit. Anyways, other than Waterfall and Surf, Whirlpool will help you with one little thing on this route, but other than that, Surf and Waterfall are the only needed moves. So I'm going to use my Poliwhirl, my trusty Poliwhirl, who can climb up waterfalls with ease. And then we will come down on this side, and you'll want to be sure to grab that item over there. I don't know if you guys saw it, but if you go up the stairs over here, you can grab this thing. I don't even remember what it is. Alright, it's a Moonstone. And this is the really cool thing about Tohjo Falls. If you go right in the middle of this waterfall and go up, you go into a secret cave. And all you're going to find in here are some rocks and a radio that no longer works. Basically, if you go through a Nintendo event, you can find Giovanni in here, and basically the way it works is he's supposed to be like listening to the radio, because remember Team Rocket took over the radio tower, they were trying to get to Giovanni. Yeah, pretty much he was hiding out in here. So if you do that Nintendo event, you can actually fight Giovanni. Other than that, the only useful thing you can really do in here is smash the rocks, and you can actually get some pretty useful items. Other than that, there's really nothing going on in here. Don't worry about it, it's not part of the regular game. The whole Giovanni thing, it's not part of the regular game, so you aren't even supposed to be doing it, so, it's like some Celebi event, so, yeah. If you have, like, an action replay, you can probably do it. Anyways, we're not going to be worrying about that. We're just going to head out of the cave, and already we have trainers to fight. Alright, so you're going to be facing, like, a bunch of ace trainers. This route's just full of them. So yeah, you actually got some decent fights, which is probably a good thing, because you'll want some, last bit of experience before taking on the Pokemon League. Anyways, she's got a Bulbasaur. This girl has a Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur on her team. And it's kind of cool. You go into Kanto, and right off the bat, you get Kanto Pokemon. The whole route's not full of Kanto Pokemon, but I always thought that was kind of cool, that you face... Like, in the Kanto decks, 1, 2, and 3 are Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur, and those are the first 3 Pokemon you fight while in Kanto, so that's kind of cool. And she's already going to Venusaur, the beast. Let's see, let's just fly again. Crobat's fly is very powerful, especially since I have the sharp beak attached to it. Yeah, held items are a lot more useful than people give them credit for. A lot of people don't put held items on their Pokemon, but there's really no reason not to. I mean, if you have one of those things like a sharp beak or any of those items that boost up certain types, like 20%, those are great items to use. And yeah, up to level 35, and last stop is the Ivysaur. But yeah, definitely, some of the advice I always give for the Pokemon League is that you should always put items on your Pokemon. Even if you have nothing that great, there's always something you can find that will be, somewhat useful on your Pokemon. Anyways, looks like Batman's just going to sweep through this line of Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur, so that's pretty awesome. Batman actually has a ton of power. More than I even thought. I actually didn't think he could kill the Venusaur in one hit like that. That was pretty impressive. So after you defeat her, be sure to not hop down that ledge, otherwise you'll have to go through the waterfall again. Instead, you can go into this house, and this lady will give you a TM. She says, like, let me check if your Pokemon are loyal enough. I'm not sure if you actually need to have high friendship or anything, but she will give you TM37. Like, if you just come in with, like, a level 2, you know, piece of crap Magikarp you just caught, I don't know if she'll still give you the item, but either way, you should be able to get it. Sandstorm is a pretty nice move if you have a Rock, Steel, or Ground type, because the Sandstorm doesn't actually do damage to them. And additionally, if you're using a Rock type, their special defense will get a 50% boost in the Sandstorm. So it could actually be pretty useful for something like Golem. I don't think I'm going to use it, though. Anyways, let's move on. And this will bring us to a lot more trainers. Oh yeah, there's some grass over here, too. I'll talk about the wild Pokemon after this battle. Anyways, this guy thinks I look pretty strong. Which is kind of weird, because, I mean, my character looks the exact same as I did at the beginning of the game. And back then, people were telling me, like, oh, you don't look too strong, you look weak. But apparently now I look like ultra mega strong. I don't know, maybe I grew a mustache or something. Anyways, Rocky can kill this thing pretty easily. But yeah, you'll definitely find a lot of pretty cool Pokemon on this route. And like a lot of evolved ones. Like you're actually going to see stuff that got evolved for once, which seems crazy, but yeah. You have a Magneton rather than the Magnemite for once. Ooh, and Quagsire. Alright, I'm scared of Quagsire because it's a water type, so... Let me get out of here. I'll go over to Lantern. Lantern kind of needs some experience. It's low on levels. Lantern was my highest level, then I kind of stopped using it. Anyways, let's go with a Surf. Oh, crap! You have Water Absorb! I forgot about that! Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, Quagsire has 2 abilities. One is Damp, and one is Water Absorb, so I guess... Unfortunately, it had the Water Absorb, which basically means you can't use Water types. So let's switch over to Herbie. That was dumb of me. I should have remembered that. Oh, well, whatever. I'm not thinking. But yeah, Meganium can easily take this thing out. And Meganium's almost up a level anyways, so what the heck. Well, I guess it's not all too bad, because now Lantern at least gets some experience. But yeah, Lantern was like my highest leveled Pokemon after I fought the 8th gym. But then it kind of just stopped getting used as much as everything else, I guess, and then fell behind in levels. But yeah, now Herbie's up to level 36. And I think that's the highest of all my Pokemon. And next she's got an Execute. So darn, we don't get an Exeggutor, but still an Execute's pretty decent, so... Let's go over to Batman! Yeah, Execute is a Grass and Psychic type Pokemon. Let's go ahead and use Bite. I don't know, Fly would kill it, but Bite's still super effective, and... what the heck, maybe it'll flinch or something. Oh yeah, you did flinch, alright, so... Let's Bite again. You'd think Execute would be like the easiest Pokemon to kill. All you have to do is like, yeah, I don't know, smash the eggs and they'll crack everywhere, and then you can make yourself some scrambled eggs and move on with your life. I don't know. Anyways, the wild Pokemon here, it's kind of complicated. You can find Quagsire at night, you can find Ponyta, you can find Doduo at all times except the night. Then if you're playing Heart Gold, you can find Sandslash and Dodrio, but not at night. And then in Soul Silver, you can find Arbok. So it's kind of weird with the times of day. I don't know, they made it all confusing when they added, like, morning, night, and day, but... Pretty much, you can just find, like, Sandslash and Dodrio and Heart Gold, Arbok and Soul Silver, then Doduo, Ponyta, and Quagsire in all the games. So yeah, and we gotta fight this dude over here. I wasn't even, like, talking... Yeah, Whirlpool is the HM you need to get over here. If you don't have Whirlpool, you can't fight this guy, so that's all you're missing out on is this Farfetch'd if you decide not to bring Whirlpool along, so it's really not that big of a deal. But yeah, Farfetch'd is pretty easy to kill. It's actually at level 40, which is kind of weird. It's probably, like, one of the highest level Pokemon we've seen in the entire game. A frickin' Farfetch'd of all the things, but... Yeah, Golem can kill it pretty easily. So if you don't bring Whirlpool in here, if you have it on like an extra Pokemon on your PC, it's not a big deal. All you're missing out on is this battle and then one item. And this guy just keeps saying tweet. Like he's using Twitter or something. No, I don't want your phone number. Why would I ever want to fight your Farfetch'd again? Alright, so TM02 Dragon Claw. So if you have a Dragon type, probably worth grabbing. And even if you don't have a Dragon type, there's still a few Pokemon that can learn it, and that could be useful in the Elite Four because there is a Dragon type user in the Elite Four. Anyways, let's Whirlpool back around. And we can fight some more trainers. Now, I believe there is like an Ace trainer on this bridge. Yeah, there we go. I always thought this route was kind of cool. Like, there's the cool water, then the bridges, and I don't know, I just thought it had a cool feel for it. Anyways, I don't even read what that guy just said, but it's Ace Trainer Brian, and he has a Mareep! Are you serious? A Mareep? Okay, we're on our way to the frickin' Pokemon League, and you challenge me with a Mareep? Like, why isn't it, like, everything else in here is evolved, and this thing is just a frickin' Mareep? What the heck? Like, oh my god, run for your lives, it's a Mareep. Wow, why is that like some kind of, like, mess up in the... Like, were they making this game and they just, like, forgot to make that in Ampharos? They just screwed it up or something? Oh, hey, look at this, a phone call from Lyra. Alright, you were walking along with your Marill, and then it evolved into an Azumarill. Wow, aren't you special? I don't care about your Azumarill. Alright, let's move on with our lives. Why the heck was there a Mareep? That's just the weirdest thing. Anyways, if we continue along this way, that brings us to Route 26, which, as far as wild Pokemon go, is the exact same as Route 27. Just more trainers and stuff. And right here we got a Destiny Knot. Not that great of an item. Basically, if you get infatuated, the opponent will also get infatuated. Because of the Destiny Knot. I mean, that would have been a nice item to have back when we fought Whitney with her frickin' Miltank, but whatever. Kind of too late. And wow, our Repels ran out in the last patch of grass. That's awesome. Anyways, yeah, I got Lantern up because, like I said, Lantern's kind of behind in levels. Well, not really that far behind. I mean, it's like one level behind everything else, but I don't know. I like having everything evened out. Alright, you got a Starmie. Now, I did not mention this earlier, but I actually went back to Goldenrod City and went to the department store, and I got the TM for Thunder, just because Charge Beam is kind of weak, and at this point in the game, I want some more power, so I gave it Thunder. And Thunder missed. That's the only problem with Thunder. It doesn't have the greatest accuracy in the world. Has like 70% accuracy, so most of the time it will hit, but hey, sometimes you'll miss twice in a row. Isn't that fun? Well, luckily, Lantern's good enough to take hits. Alright, there we go. We finally get it after 3 tries. But yeah, Thunder is like ultra powerful. When it finally does hit, it will like surely knock out the opponent. Has 120 base power, while Charge Beam only had 50, so giant boost in power. Charge Beam had the nice special attack boost 70% of the time, but, you know, then again, you would need 3 boosts to actually surpass the power of Thunder. Anyways, I'm gonna go back over to Batman to take on this Execute. Yeah, Execute again. So, what the heck, I don't want to try Bite. Let's go with Fly this time just to be sure we can kill it. Because I don't want it to use, like, Stun Spore or Sleep Powder or something like that, yeah. Just in case I didn't get the flinch. But yeah, why do eggs qualify as a grass type? Like, what do eggs have to do with grass? I never understood that. But whatever. And it's funny how it evolves into Exeggutor. It's like, you go from eggs to, like, a coconut tree. You're like, what? Eggs to a coconut tree? Anyways, Girafarig is up next, so let's go to Heracross. Heracross can probably take this thing down. Even though it's a Psychic type. I have my trusty Shadow Claw. So that should work pretty well. So, here we go, Dim. Oh, crap! I forgot! You're part normal type! What am I thinking? Gosh, that's like the second time in this video I've used a move that doesn't even work. Gosh, I'm just not thinking today. Alright, let's go back to Brick Break then. Gosh, of course, yeah, Ghost types don't work against normal types, so... Yeah, making me look like a fool, Girafarig. Gosh, at first I forgot about the Quagsire, then I frickin' used Shadow Claw on this Girafarig, like... I don't know. Something's not right here with my mind today. Maybe it was what I ate for breakfast. Those Eggo waffles are making me lose my mind, I don't know. Alright, there we go, we beat Psychic Eli. And we can finally move on, and Heracross is almost dead, so I'm actually kind of taking a beating now, but luckily there's a healing spot coming up. And looks like we got one more trainer to face in this route. You came from Newbark Town, you must be exhausted! Actually, Newbark Town is seriously like a minute to the left, like it's really not that far away at all. That's kind of weird. Like, Newbark Town is the closest town to this, and she's like, you must be exhausted, you came all the way from there? Yeah, anyways, Aquavolt can take care of this Growlithe. Yeah, Surf's pretty... I mean, at least we don't need to worry about Thunder missing. Surf has great accuracy. But yeah, that's the only downside. I wish I had Thunderbolt, but of course in this game, the Game Corner, you can't buy coins anymore, so you can't really get Thunderbolt that easily. And I learned Discharge at level 40, but we all know I'm not going to get to level 40 before the Elite Four, but... When I do finally make it to 40, like after the Elite Four, I will probably give it Discharge just because... I won't need, like, all that power after that, but yeah. Anyways, you're gonna use Minimize. That's just great. Oh, good. Thunder still hit. I'm like, okay. Thunder was already missing a lot, and now you use Minimize. Now it's definitely gonna miss, but that's pretty lucky, I guess. Alright, so Staryu goes down. And we restored a little bit of health, so there we go. We're getting our health slowly back from all those, like, what was it? All those Swifts we took from that Starmie when we were missing. Slowly getting all that back. Anyways, let's go with the Surf to take care of Nidorina. And that should take care of it. Oh, wow, you actually lived. That is surprising. I guess Nidorina has pretty decent defenses. Yeah, because, you know, Queen actually has really good defenses. Anyways, we will finish you with a Surf. Wow, if this person was smart enough like me, they would have found that Moonstone in Tohjo Falls, and they could have evolved that thing. And this actually makes me wonder, how did these people even get over here? Because, I mean, I don't think any of their Pokemon know Waterfall, so who knows how they crossed Tohjo Falls. Anyways, I'm learning Signal Beam. It's a Bug-type move. Pretty good move, but I'm not going to teach it to Lantern just because I like the moves I have right now. And it really wouldn't be that useful, so I think I'll just pass on it. Did she say you're too much strong, or did I just read that wrong? I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. I'm not going to give you my number because I don't like doing that. Anyways, that is it for Route 27. And when we cross over here, we will be into Route 26, and that will finally lead us to Victory Road. So stay tuned for more. Next time we're going to be finishing off these routes and getting closer to the Pokemon League. I will see you all then.